What is happening, YouTube? Maximal Rides here. Came out to the tail of the dragon, or the dragon's tail, whatever floats your boat. I'm always getting hammered, but oh, it's this or it's that, it's whatever, it doesn't matter. It's the freaking tail on the dragon, and it's a road, and I'm about to be on it. Currently I'm on the what is known as the Hellbender 28. And for you keen observers, I'm not riding the FXDR, I'm riding a road glide, and that is because I traded in the FXDR for this road glide. It was a decision that me and my wife took. We wanted to go touring as opposed to per se short distances. Not that the FXDR wasn't uncomfortable. If you saw my first video, you know that I took that bike on an 8-mile ride, 4 hours out and 4 hours back. So it wasn't that it was too uncomfortable, it's just not a touring bike, and this facilitates the touring for us. So as you may see, I don't have the stock handlebars. I actually have, I got a set of bars from FXR Division, and I believe they are the Motor Witch handlebars, which give you a very similar feel to having actual T-bars. T-bars are actually a little bit expensive for me. After looking into it, it's a lot pricier than I thought it was going to be. So when I found these bars by FXR Division, I thought, you know what the heck, let me give it a shot. It's a lot cheaper than going full-blown T-bars, at least for the T-bar setup that I wanted to do. This is way cheaper. No gauge relocation, no cutting of anything. It's just a regular bar setup that is positioned like T-bars, and the bar is phenomenal. I put about 1,000 miles on the bike already since I've gotten these bars, and I have no pain in my wrist. It's unbelievable the way it changes the way that the bike feels. I really do enjoy it. And for those of you that are gonna say, oh, sponsor, whatever, wooty wah, I just started my YouTube channel, I got no sponsors. Please, I'm just letting you know I tried out a set of bars and they're quite fantastic in my opinion. If you don't have the moolah for a full-blown T-bar setup, I think you should give these bars a shot. That's all I'm really saying. It's a great bar, great product, feels great, definitely doesn't feel cheap, and the handling that it provides, the extra leverage that it provides is actually kind of quite nice. So let's talk about a few things here. The age-old question. Why don't we talk about the age-old question, or try to answer the age-old question of street glide versus road glide. So let's see, where do I start? So I test rode the street glide and the road glide back to back when I went to my local Harley dealer, and a good friend of mine that works there, Eric, he told me that I should do that before. Well, let me backtrack because I was dead set on a street glide. There was, according to me, there was no changing my mind. There was nothing that could have happened, in my opinion at the time, that could have changed my mind to go with a road glide as opposed to a street glide. You know, I told him what me and my wife had discussed, and he knows my riding style, and he told me that if I went with the street glide, I was not gonna like it, and I didn't fully understand that. And then we had a little conversation, and he told me, you know what, you gotta ride him back to back. Hey, look where we are. Look where we are. see if we can find some parking. Take a little break, and then we'll continue this conversation. Alright, maybe I'll get a clean run on this one. So, back to my little story. So my boy Eric had me test drive them back to back. I think I said that already, actually. And he told me that for my riding style, that the Road Glide suited me best. And I said to him, you know what? They're the same bike. How different can they be? And then he explained to me about the frame mounted versus fork mounted fairing. Oh, there's the pothole again. So I didn't think it was gonna make a really big difference. So plus, like I said, the whole purpose was to go touring, and then occasional rip through the mountains like I'm doing right now. So anyways, we go on the test drive, and he took me on a extended test drive. So, but I shouldn't say extended, it was a pretty long test ride actually. Test rode them back to back on the highway and through regular streets, and the conclusion that I came to was essentially what he had said to me: go with the Road Glide. And so I did, and that's how I ended up with the Road Glide. During the test drive, what I discovered was that although once you're moving, it doesn't essentially make much of a difference in a straight line, other than the fact that the frame mounted fairing has less wind, but you feel a lot less wind buffeting as you're going down the road at higher speeds, say, you know, 70-80 miles an hour, especially when you're passing trucks and on windy days. That's something I did notice, especially, you know. And then the day that I test rode was actually a pretty windy day. So that's definitely something that I did notice. Thank you, Accord. It's very nice of you. And so just normal driving though, I definitely noticed that the Road Glide was a lot more nimble. And we went, he did take me through a couple of twisties behind the dealer. And I got, you know, the Road Glide definitely felt a lot more agile than the Street Glide, and that's something that I really like, because I like to ride like this. Not all the time, but you know, occasionally when I do want to do a little spirited riding, I want to have the ability to do so. I'm not saying, you know, that you can't do it on the Street Glide, just saying that the Road Glide is a lot more agile and feels a lot better doing so. And once I put these bars on the bike, it made it that much better. And doing this, the stock bars were trash. absolute garbage. Made my wrist hurt, made the bike feel even bigger than what it already is. I didn't think these bars would have made that much of a difference, but they did. Jesus, I thought that was a cop. I have not made any modifications to the suspension whatsoever to be able to... Oh, goodness gracious, my kickstand is gone. Oh, man. Goodness, damn near lost it on that one. So yeah, all I've really done is the only really so aside from the bars, the only other modification that I did was I changed out the antenna because it made it look like it was a remote control motorcycle, and I just wasn't too fond of that. But if you can't tell, this bike is actually a decent amount of fun. You'd think that for the price of the bike, the suspension would be a lot better, but it's really not that good. At least not for touring at all. It's not very compliant, I guess. And there's no adjustment to it other than preload setting in the rear. So that doesn't, you know, that doesn't make it any easier. For the most part, it's okay. It's not too bad. Oh shit, golly, I think I'm caught. Am I caught? Am I caught? I haven't been told anything. He's not flashing his lights. Oh man, what a scare. Would have been nice to know. It definitely would have been nice to know. Maybe I should take it easy just in case he decides to take off after me.